right, man. So I was watching. Obviously, I've been watching CJ McCollum do his thing. It was a guy that we talked about that the Pistons possibly can use at the trade deadline, right? That was a guy that we said, damn, you know, they can use a guy. And it got off to a rocky start in Atlanta. He kind of, you know, messed the chemistry up. He had to come off the bench for a minute. And anytime you with a team sport, you know, you kind of got to work. You got to work a guy in there. And I think eventually, you know, they coach Quinn Snyder. He was in Utah, good coach. He worked CJ McCollum in there. They made the adjustments, great coaching. And now those young guys are leaning on CJ McCollum in the playoffs. And he's a guy that's been to the Western Conference Finals. People forget that. And I just was looking like that's exactly what the Pistons needed. You know, a guy, you know, he was like, I don't want to say he was a throw-in for the Trae Young trade, but for the way he was just a salary throw-in. It was rumors that they possibly can buy him out. But they need a guy that they can get a ball to like CJ McCollum that can go get a bucket. High character guy. You know, now, you know, could you say he a defensive liability? I won't even say a liability at this point because he's going to give an effort. That's one thing about McCollum. He gonna give you an effort. He gonna try. And when you got a Sar Thompson out there, you could have moved Duncan Robinson to the bench. You got Jalen Duren out there. You got Tobias Harris out there who, you know, he tried defensively. Yeah, okay, defender still. You know, they got Tim Hortons and Wendy's together. But yeah, he's a solid defender. So when you got that dynamic, you can get away with him, McCollum. But it just make you wonder if they wanted to see what they do this year and they was gonna make a major move next year. And obviously one of the obvious moves that they could make is a lot of the guys that they could have traded for this year. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, you know, but one of the obvious ones is McCollum on crack. Oh, no, I said crack. On steroids is Kyrie Irving. Would they go for Kyrie Irving? You know what I'm saying? They got a strong knit locker room. Kyrie, I think he love Cade. Would you trust him in that locker room with them young bulls? They already got an identity. And what you missing is Kyrie, CJ McCollum. You missing a guy that can just go get you a bucket. And Kyrie showed the ability to lock in defensively. He's shown the ability to lock in defensively. He can be Kyrie in Detroit. Just how now Atlanta is in the playoffs, and they like, well, we can let McCollum be McCollum. You know, I think Kyrie can come in Detroit, and I think Cade his shots gonna go down, his assists is gonna go up. I'll tell you that right now. His his points per game gonna go down, but he might fuck around and average, 20 and 15 or some shit with Kyrie out there. So Kyrie is exactly what you need: a shooter, a scorer, a guy that you can go get a bucket. At the end of the game, you got two of the best closers in the game. Kyrie, Cade. Even if McCollum become, I think you're free agent after this year or something. McCollum ain't a bad closer neither. So just in a mind frame, and that's what they need. Now, is it a bonus if you can get a guy that can defend? Yeah. I mean, me personally, I go out there and get Kyrie and Clay. I would. Like, Clay, would you have an issue coming off the bench a little, And I think Clay at this point, like, fuck no. Like that's a good look. And I don't think you got to give up a lot to get neither one. I don't think you got to give up a lot to get. Why are you taking? Come on, man. Push it before we miss this damn light. I don't think you got to give up a lot to get either one. So I think maybe the move might be a guy like Kyrie next year. That might be the move. Baby girl, bro. It gotta be a woman or old person driving this car. There's no point to ride your brakes that hard. None whatsoever. Like, I bullshit you not. There's no point to ride your brakes that hard. But yeah, I think that's a good look for them, bro. Like, I might be in the minority there, but I feel like that's a good look. I feel like that's a real good look. They need that guy that can just get a bucket and flat out. And Kyrie gonna come here and just do what he do. he gonna do what he do. As long as it ain't no locker room issues. Like, I don't understand why this whole riding they brakes, bro. Like, for what? Jesus Christ, man. The people don't know how to maintain distance without ride. Well, again, like, bitch, what are you looking for? A Lucky Charm rainbow, bro? Like, Jesus Christ. Every two seconds they riding they brakes. Like, for what? There's no point. Even if you're looking for something, you can just... I'm just be telling y'all, they give anybody a license in America. They gotta give anybody a license. But I feel like that's what they need. A guy that can just get a bucket. But McCollum, that's the guy they should have really looked at, to be real. And maybe they did. And they just like, we want to just get Trey out of here. We get a guy like McCollum to come in. And man, at first, people always judge it on how I go at first. But to keep it a being with you, dog, if McCollum a free agent, they best case scenario is to keep that man. I'll tell you that right now. They better keep that man. They better keep him. I'll tell you that right now. They better keep him. They better keep dog. I'll tell you that right now. They better keep him. That's their best option, is to keep him. That's their best option, is to keep him. Because now when in a time of need, them people, they can lean on him. This is why I do not like working in rush hour, bro. I hate it. I hate it. It's just the traffic is so nasty. So nasty. But yeah, I think that's somebody they can lean on, bro. I don't think that's somebody the Pistons instantly would have needed this year. They instantly could have used. And this mother to keep riding her. I just want to smack the fuck out this motherfucker right now. I really do. I'm gonna read your license plate out in public, bro. Like, it is a shame. Shame, bro. If anybody a goddamn on license these days. My neighbor said they was getting married. They need me to walk their dog. Maybe they found somebody to do it. I forgot they even said that. Told her to text me. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it, man. So I think McCollum would have been a good move, and maybe they tried. Well, I think they, in my opinion, I don't know no inside information. I think they was just like, let's just rock out this year. We not desperate to make a move this year. Let's let it play out. Let's see how Durant rock it out. Let's see how Sar make a jump, Ryan make a jump. And I think what end up happening is they're gonna assess the team at the end of the season, and they're gonna go from there. So appreciate y'all. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Peace.